How's it going, everybody? Jeff Zahler, Zahler Properties, episode 38 of ZPLive. Today we're going to talk about 5 tips for a buyer to compete in this very, very competitive market here in Las Vegas. So keep it short and sweet today. 5 tips if you're in that, call it almost under $400,000 price point now, but definitely under $300,000 price point. If you're getting outbid, or if you just heard that the market's really hot, we've got 5 tips for you that we're going to hopefully help you get into the home of your dreams. So let's get going. Tip number 1. We are seeing some of our clients not realize how strong the market is. So tip number 1, assume that your offer is you're going to only have one shot at your offer. So come in with a very strong offer, something that you could feel good about. That way, if you don't even get a counter offer, which you may not be getting a counter offer, at least that way you know you gave it your best shot. So tip 1, give it your best shot. Maybe not go your absolute highest and best if you're not that comfortable, but don't try to lowball in this market. You're going to get crushed. You're not even getting a response. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, this is something that's a little bit different. To help stand out amongst other offers, you may consider actually having offering to pay some of the seller's closing costs, not just your own, but maybe some of the sellers. Overall, we're talking about maybe an extra 1 or 2% of down payment for you or closing costs for you, but that could help the seller feel very strong about your offer and say, look, these people want it, and we're not going to be too concerned about the appraisal perhaps or whatever, because these guys are going to help actually pay the closing costs. So that's item number 2. Consider helping pay some of the seller's closing costs. When you're buying a new build, believe it or not, you're actually paying most of the closing costs anyway. Number 3, assume that your offer is going to be against others, right? This is a market we're seeing. There's multiple offers on almost every home, especially those new homes that have only been on the market less than 7 to 10 days. If you love the house, guess what? Everybody else who has been getting outbid loves that house too. Assume your offer is going to be up against others. So write it that way, right? Talk to your professional about how do we structure our offer to look not just good, but better than the other offers that may be coming in. Sometimes you can only do so much, but again, putting yourself in a position mentally to say, I know I'm competing against somebody here. What do I need to do to win? That sometimes can give you that little bit of an edge if you handle it the correct way. That's number 3. Number 4, here's one that's kind of a cautionary. Be careful not to overdo it. Sometimes we've all bought stuff at an auction or eBay or what have you. Sometimes we get in that frenzy of we want to win, we need to win. So you may say, I love this house. Let's just offer $20,000 more than it's listed for because we want to win and we want to be the winning bidder. Now, that's great. You very well may win the offer war, but you're setting yourself up for future failure, right? There's probably no way the house is going to appraise for that much. So either you're going to have a seller that's going to cancel on you if you can't come up with the extra difference, or even if you do, all of a sudden you are now overpaying for the market. So say like in a couple months or whatever you had to sell, it may be hard pressed for you to actually be able to sell for the house and without taking a big loss. So don't overdo it. There are other people out there that have financing requirements, but they're completely waiving the appraisal contingency. Now, a partial waiver, we've actually done that with some clients lately, but a complete full waiver of appraisal value, again, is setting yourself up for negativity. For instance, the house, you write an offer at $350, the appraisal only comes in at $325. You're going to be basically stating in writing that you're going to pay the difference. So if you then refuse to pay the difference, you're going to lose the house and you're going to probably lose your earnest money. So again, don't overdo it and don't set unrealistic expectations for what you think the house can sell for. That's part of our job as well, just so you know. And then the fifth thing today, the fifth tip, if you will, just be patient. Which sometimes when you're looking for the house of your dreams is really hard. But if it's meant to be, it will be. If this is the house that you really, really love, then yes, let's get aggressive on it. Let's give it our best shot. And there's a good chance you get the house, but there's also a good chance that you don't. We are seeing inventory starting to open up just a little bit. It's actually, our April inventory, April new listings was actually a little bit higher than April of last year, so that's a good sign. But realistically, if you're patient and you can wait, the right house and your time as a buyer will arrive, right? You are competing on every house against other buyers just like you that have been outbid on homes before. So just be patient. I think our record for a buyer last year, I think we wrote 7 or 8, maybe 9 offers before the house that came up that they got the winning bid on. It's not fun for anybody. You start to get really self-defeating, but don't do that. Keep your eye on the prize because your dream home is out there. If you have any questions, please let us know, 702-758-4699. Shoot us a message here on any of the pages, and we'd love to talk to you about more tips that we can help to get your home or you into a home of your dreams. Thanks for watching. Next week we'll probably talk about Airbnbs, VRBOs, and what they are, what the legalities are here, because we're finding out some issues there. So stay tuned. Take a look next week. Comment below. We'd love to engage, and have a great week. Take care, people.